for example, the perfect example is, you know, like if you're doing bachelor's degree here, you do thesis, right? And then you kind of like want to continue that thesis after you're done with your master's degree. Then you can kind of like put that. Okay, writer's block. Does any of you know what writer's block? Writer's block is if basically if you're a writer, and there will be like some moments where you just like sitting down. Okay, I'm going to write, and then you just don't know what to write. So again, if you start early, you don't have to worry about that. That might happen, but then you don't have to worry. You can, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna like close my laptop and just come back tomorrow. But then I have some tips here if that happens to you. Just start writing down your thoughts in Bahasa or in whatever language that you familiar with, right? But don't bring your essay in Bahasa when you want me to take a look at it. I already feel comfortable in reading it. Write as long as possible. Don't worry about the limits, because sometimes when you know that the university is asking you only for 250 words, and then you kind of like, oh my god, like I have like that many words to write, right? So don't worry about it. Just write as long as you want, and then we start from there, okay? And then I'll be able to help you kind of like, okay, maybe we can take this out, put this in, and all that. Ask others who know you well, or maybe that's not always the case, because sometimes here, at least the Indonesian culture, right, when you ask your best friend, and then you're kind of asking them, hey, be honest, I've been working on this essay for 3 months now or 4 months now. Is it good? And then when I'm reading it, maybe I would be like, it's actually not that good. I don't understand what you're talking about, but because you are my best friend, I'll be saying, oh my God, this is so great. And we don't want that, right? So maybe instead of like, you can do that, but then maybe another tips is ask strangers. I'll be your strangers, right? I won't know who you are. And now that I'm also an advisor, I'll be very honest in giving you some comments about your essay, okay? In summary, do we have time for Q&A? Great. In summary, wow, this is amazing. I've never done this before, like talking about this in less than an hour. But okay, we are already in summary now, so we have some rooms for Q&A. In summary, start early. I can't stress this enough. Even if the deadline is not until April 2021, just start doing it now, okay? You do not write about your biography. Yes, you already by now, you're going to be the expert of this, okay? You do not want to write your biography. Instead, you want to say something that what you want to do in the future. Ask the big questions. What am I trying to help, or who am I trying to help? What is my goal in the future that I need to study all the way in the US, you know? And of course, last but not least, it's write, rewrite, and rewrite your essay. So I may be going to give you like a hard time, meaning that maybe for you, you already feel like, okay, you know what, I'm going to go to Amerika, or I'm gonna make an appointment to talk with Fina via Zoom, and this is kind of like my masterpiece, right? And then you're expecting me to say, oh my God, this is great. Two things can happen, right? I might be saying that, oh my God, like this is great, or I might be, it's still not clear enough. But the thing is here, the more you revise the better, right? So this is another reason why we need to start early, right? Because the more you write, because essay is something that you can keep changing, right? It's different than you submitting your transcript. You graduated like 3-4 years ago. There's nothing you can do with your GPA, right? So forget about, oh, I only have like 3.1 GPA, I'm not gonna like be able to like that. No, like you don't have any control over that. Let's move on. Let's focus on something where we have control over, which is this, right? Which is the essay, okay? So again, EducationUSA, we are here. This is basically my favorite part for being an EducationUSA advisor, where I'm reading essays. Again, we assist you on the structure of the essay, not grammar. We do not review scholarship essays, so it has to be an essay specifically for the university. My schedule, for some of you who don't know yet, usually for the essay here at Amerika is from Sunday and Monday from 2 until 7:30 being the last person. But since now we are completely, at the moment we're doing everything digitally, just shoot me an email first, and then we can schedule better on when I can actually take a look at your essay, all right? So feel free to send the draft to my email here, alatas@educationusa.org, or simply email. You can also email Santika. Don't forget that there are two of us here. Or bring USB, but it's not really relevant here at the moment because we are going to do everything digitally. And the last point as well, come to Amerika to get your essay review. So when Amerika is also when Amerika is open for public, this is something that we prefer you to do, especially if you live in the Jabodetabek area, right? So for you to actually being in person here, because that will be very, it's easier for you to understand, because without you realizing it, when we're doing it like in person, it's kind of like you brainstorming what you're going to write in the essay, all right? But then, of course, if you don't live in Jakarta, don't worry, just let me know in way ahead, and then I'll be able to do it offline. But at the moment, even if you live in the Jakarta area, we're going to do it everything via virtually, digitally, okay? Again, this is the Zoom ID. If you want to have a one-on-one session with myself or with Santika, right? No password required. You just need to, and you don't have to sign up for Zoom either. If you don't already have it, basically you just need this Zoom ID, and then have the apps ready on your phone or on your laptop. Put this number, so save it if you want, 276-124-396, and then you're going to be in the waiting room, which I found it really cool. So if you're in the waiting room, that means either I'm not online or I actually have someone else currently doing a session, right? So again, we're available technically every day from 1 until 9 p.m., okay? I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead to the Q&A page here. So I already answered the previous one. So I have Calvin here. Hi, Fina, I've got a question for you. First of all, you've said that we must do the application process a year before we start our university start, but I'm taking the SAT, TOEFL, and entering the university at the same year. Are we recommended to start our bachelor's degree a year after we've graduated high school? Well, technically you can if you want to do like a gap year, but usually students actually do everything in the last year of high school, right? On top of your extracurricular activities in high school. And usually I tell my advisees that if you can actually start doing some of this when you're still in junior year or grade 11, that's good, right? And especially in fact, the fact that our math, so when we're talking about SAT units, it's like math, right? And the fact that our math, I mean, you guys are so good in math, right? So I mean, I have a lot of advisors actually taking SAT when they're still in grade 11, and they actually have like really good score. So you want to kind of like do everything, if you can, to do everything when you're still in grade 11, when you're not really less stressful, you know, because usually like when you're in grade 12, you have to do a lot of things all at the same time. So that's great, right? Okay, so I hope I answer your question here. Hi Fina, Dahlia here. Hi Fina, can you share your presentation today to our email? Unfortunately, I cannot share my presentation. But if you want to, we record this session, right? I'm just checking with my team here. Yes. So if you want to kind of like, oh, I forgot what Fina said earlier about like that one part. So go ahead and watch our recorded video. It's on Atamerica's website, basically. Okay. Aninda Dewayanti here. For PhD applications, should our academic statement of purpose also capture the theoretical gaps in our field and or the works of our potential professors in the university we're applying, or make it general? No. Yeah, no, we definitely want to go with what you said earlier here. We want to be capturing like basically everything, but then at the same time, I don't want you to write like your research proposal in there. Because remember, we're writing a story. We're not writing an academic paper. Your academic paper will be your research proposal. That is something that I can't read it because I'm far away from, I don't have my PhD, but so yeah, we want to mention like the professors and everything, okay? So we don't want to make it general. Okay, all right, so I guess that's it. Perfect timing. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this. I'll be very happy to answer any questions via email or via Zoom. I already gave you the ID, right? Thank you guys so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Vina, for the very wonderful presentation. And now, before we close today's program, I would like to inform the winner for our social media quiz. Congratulations to Aninda Dewayanti. Stay tuned. Our social media team will be contacting you very soon. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We hope to see you again at the next Amerika TV program. Goodbye.